Bueno, vamos a empezar con esto. Vamos a ver cómo nos va.
Goodbye, love. Not
Bien.
everything hot is kissable. Let me explain. Ow! One to measure the input and the other one to measure the output. God. For example, if I measure the outlet voltage, I short them, there is no current running between them and they... If I connect it to the output of my auto transformer, I should... And burn my fingers again. Oh, I'm starting to think coming up with the idea of a light bulb didn't require much. Ow! Of course, getting shocked is not the only concern. Obviously, this thing is a heating element and can get very hot even if I run it on 120 volt AC. Ooh. My coil totally melted. It has a DC motor and two AA batteries, and by pressing the button it works. Okay, here we go. Just add some water and some toothpaste and you're ready to go. Kind of works. It's a little bit weak though. Nothing that a strong drill battery can take care of. This baby is 12 volts compared to the two AA's that are 3 volts total. It's gonna give it the oomph that it needs. Okay, let's power it up.
Bueno.
Don't do stupid that you will regret for the rest of your life. It's a very simple and effective circuit. Let's turn it on. Let's go to the washroom.
¿Otra vez?
Now to open your laptop, first you have to remove the power cord and the battery. Release the magazine and pull the slide a couple of times to make sure there is no battery left in the battle. Vacuumer involving a vacuum cleaner and a piece of paper. Patent pending. You can get away with not opening one screw, you are wrong. All the 100 must go on the ground. And here is the cooling system responsible for cooling the system. Well, I fixed it. Even I am often surprised by the extent of my genius. But the blades are broken. If I break two opposite blades, then it will balance. Wrong too. There you go. Good as new. But then it won't cool well. It might work though. But what if it shorts the motherboard and kills it? Fine. The part number of the fan is written on its label. And fortunately, eBay has mine for $8 and it will be delivered in a month? There is usually some excess screws that you can vacuum. Now to improve the airflow, it's better to raise the... Don't put your hand in a running fan. Watch the current carefully as I connect the capacitor. Hi. Shh. Trying to focus. Yeah! 1 million subscribers!
Sí, como siempre.
Well, it's always safer not to work with live loose wire, so instead I'm using these alligator clips here. I put the bullet in and turn the power supply on so you can see what's going on. There you go. You saw what happened. Oh, shit! Always make sure the wire gauge can handle the high current. So, say hello to my little friend here. I put the circuit together. I'm gonna shoot the box. I put the bullet in, and there's a switch here that acts like a trigger. So here we go from yourself. So let's try again. Put the bullet in. Wow! Let's try it a couple more times. Well, the circuit blew up. You have two copper rails that are tied to the power lines, and the projectile is just a piece of wire that shorts the two rails and jumps forward. Let me demonstrate. I plug it in, and now the rails are live, so under no circumstances you should touch the rails. Now I put the projectile on. Shame. See, the projectile is conductive, so touching the rails with it is like touching live wires. Let's not do live AC wire. Amazing. Usually shit goes haywire at this point. Oh, I forgot to turn on the... What the fuck was that? I said I'm sorry. Always double check and triple check your circuits to make sure there is nothing shorted, especially when dealing with power circuits. I think this... You might want to turn things off before moving things around to avoid shorts. So far it is holding like it. For a second I thought the glass popped. Well, let's test the glass throwing my calibrated Allen wrench at it. There, this is pretty safe and solid.
Vamos a aprovechar que está la parte 4. Qué pesado.
Ballast works is that first you tie
Guarda.
Makes you wonder why the fuse went to start with. Oh shit. Oh, come on.
Falta que explote nomás.
My ballast is gone. Well. Resistors resist against the current flow and convert the energy into heat. Ouch! A capacitor stores energy in form of electric fields between electric charges and can later release them when a load is connected between... Inductors store energy in the form of magnetic fields. Oh shit. And yeah, I guess every wire has a resistance too. As you know, a speaker is a magnet and a coil that when you excite the coil
Este es
with
el
an
mejor.
AC voltage, it vibrates at the same frequency. And that's why they say a capacitor blocks DC, but an inductor blocks AC. Let me demonstrate. If I plug it into the... Is there actually a voltage? I made this simple circuit and I'll plug it in. Now the circuit is hot and the voltage is on the... Now I have replaced the capacitor on my circuit and I'll plug it in. Now I enable the power supply.
Oh!
Always double check your connections.
La cara.
Why bad things happen to good people? Come on. Ooh.
Ay, no.
Shear lock. And we can easily connect them together. Then we unscrew the outlet and pull it out. Ow!
376 amperios.
I totally burned my finger. Okay, finally, let's power it up. As I mentioned in my other video, a power supply like this one that can generate 70 amps doesn't necessarily hurt you at all if the voltage is set very low. Observe. Ow! Who the hell set this to 25 volts? And increase the frequency all the way to 60 hertz. I shock my ass sitting on these live wires. Always clean the lab, otherwise something will bite you in the ass. Ow, it vibrates! Ooh, when I plug it in, it should turn or vibrate. Now if I connect the circuits together... The series... Okay, ready? But in factories for high... I measure the voltage at the output...
Soy el caso de ver 600 volts.
The capacitor... Piece of shit. See if they look as we expect. We just have to tie the neutral wires to the ground of the... Here, I killed it. Don't short. Of course, a brushless AC motor like this one that I took from an old microwave oven can last much longer than a brush. This phases come to some plugs like this one that we can measure. Here we have... Burn my skin. Let's see what kind of pulses we should be making. Hello? Wow! We're back in my old video. The arcs can jump well. I have a 10 microfarad capacitor. Watch the current carefully as I connect the capacitor. Had these for over 2 years. Ow! Ow!
Ay, no.
It on the breadboard. Let's power it up. I created a light bulb. Obviously, there's a wrong connection. Want something square and small? Don't seem they have it. Ooh, these metal doors are perfect. If I can find one without the handle. The relay can turn on a light too. Well, let's power it with 12 volt DC. I know the theory behind...